again to you in sorrow. For if I make you sorrowful, then who is he who makes me glad but the one who made me sorrowful by me? Verse 3, and I wrote this very thing to you, lest when I came, I should have sorrow over those from whom I ought to have joy, having confidence in you all, that my joy is the joy of you all. For out of much affliction and anguish of heart I wrote to you, with many tears, not that you should be grieved, but that you might know the love which I have so abundantly for you. But if anyone has caused grief, he has not grieved me, but all of you to some extent, not to be too severe. This punishment which was inflicted by the majority is sufficient for such a man, so that, on the contrary, you ought rather to forgive and comfort him, lest perhaps such a one be swallowed up with too much sorrow. Therefore, I urge you to reaffirm your love to him. So this is a guy in the church who had done something wrong, and they're coming down on him, and Paul is speaking to them. Verse 8, therefore I urge you to reaffirm your love to him. Verse 9, for to this end I also wrote that I might put you to the test, whether you are obedient in all things. Verse 10, now whom you forgive anything, I also forgive. For if indeed I have forgiven anything, I have forgiven that one for your sakes in the presence of Christ, lest Satan should take advantage of us. For we are not ignorant of his devices. He went through all of that to say, love the man. Yes, he made a mistake. He did wrong. He violated the principle. Y'all all coming so down so hard on him. And if y'all keep on holding this harboring this unforgiveness toward him, he says right here, the devil will take advantage of us. And I'm here to tell you, one of the avenues that the enemy gets torture in our life is when you harbor unforgiveness in your heart. It is a door that opens up the enemy to have access to manipulate, control, depress you, sorrowful, bring sorrow to you. It's a door of opportunity for him to bring stress in your life. And I need y'all to know the devil, whoever the person is not worth them hurting you. It's not worth you opening up the door to the devil in your life. That's his avenue to come in and reap havoc in your life when you don't forgive. And Paul is saying with clarity here today, and I love what he's saying, the devil will take advantage of him. And we should not be ignorant of his devices. Know that his device, his method, his MO is to get the crack. How many of y'all know when the devil gets a crack in the door, he gonna bust the whole door down? Let's go to John chapter 20. Verse 23. This is a significant verse right here, verse 23. If you forgive the sins of any, they are forgiven them. If you retain the sins of any, they are retained. That means if somebody hurts you and you forgive them, everything's clear. If you retain it, if you refuse to forgive, if you keep holding them charged for it, the sins are retained. But guess what? The burden is on you. The challenge is on you because you retained it. If they sought to get forgiveness and they wanted to make it right, but you don't forgive them, it's on you now. They did their part. And it's retained. Again, it's an avenue for the enemy to come and reap havoc in